6 degrees, so it's not freezing, but it's not warm either. And I've come out because I've decided that I need to sort out all my bamboo canes. I've got a stack of them, which I'll show you in a minute. Some of them I could probably use again. Others are really sort of beyond keeping. So they need to be sorted. So if you're new to vegetable growing or new to the allotment, you may be wondering why I put a whole segment together on garden canes. But they're actually a really essential part of the garden, and you'll be surprised how often you will need to use a cane to support an individual plant or to build structures. I build structures every year to grow my runner beans and climbing beans up. So it is really, really important that you look after your canes. They've got quite a long shelf life, but over time they will split or they will rot where they've been in the ground. Or you've got some that are quite bent. So it is really, really good to spend the time sorting through them and looking after them. And if you're wondering, that is a bottomless bucket so that they don't sit in water. The water just drains away. Oh, that's a job well done. They're all the ones I'm throwing away. They're either bent, rotten, split, or silly sizes. So they'll go down the tip, but that's for another day. There's very little I can do at the moment, really. I've just been around the garden and tidied up all the plants that had dead growth. Cut that all back. I removed some yellow leaves from the strawberries. This bed here, I think Paddy's been on it, the birds have been trampling on it, and it's looking a little bit compacted, but I don't really want to touch it while it's so wet. I've removed some of the calendula. There's 2 plants that have got a little bit of life in them still. Now, I don't know what you can see in here. So I've got all my onions in there. I don't really want to lift the net in to film it, so I don't want any of the allium leaf miner, if they're about, or flea beetles getting in. They probably won't this time of year, but if I don't seal the netting back up properly, then there is a chance they can get in. But they're doing okay. The little bit of green manure I've got, unfortunately Paddy has trampled it. That bed is faring better, but if I turn around, he's gone to town on this bed. But a little bit of green manure is better than none at all, I guess. The fig has got some buds, and the apple has some buds as well, which is nice to see. The rhubarb I split has survived, so I'm very pleased about that, because I had to get quite brutal with it. But it seems okay. But the garden's looking a bit drab. A few more months and it'll start to look different. But I'm cold and I'm going to go and have a coffee now. It is so cold. So I've come out into the greenhouse. I've got some scallion seeds that the lovely Ali from My Rusty Garden sent me way before Christmas, and I'm going to sow some of those today. So I've just filled this tray and moistened it, and these are the seeds. So I'm going to sprinkle a few on each. Try and separate them a bit. So I think I'm going to do 6 cells of the salad onions. I think Canadians and Americans tend to call them scallions. We call them spring onions, but they're all the same. So I'll cover those in a moment, and then the other 4 cells are going to be the Rossa, and they look more like grass seed. That'll do. Not way too many for me, but I can thin them out for the best ones. Let me just cover that. I think that will do nicely. Oh, it is way too cold out here. The current temperature is 3 Celsius and I'm frozen through. I'm going to take these indoors. These can go with my sweet peas because it's just too cold out here at the moment.